Now, a lot of these nail clippers have a nail guard on them, and people think, oh, well, that's just a measurement to where you need to trim your puppy's nail to. That is not the case, and that's a really great way to actually quick your puppy's nail, because all nails grow differently. Just like all puppies are different personalities and trained differently, all nails grow a little bit differently. Hi, Kat here with Standing Stone Kennels, and we get the question a lot. What should I do with my new puppy when I bring them home? So we've got our new puppy Fox here with us today, and we're going to tell you what we do with our new puppies when we bring them home. So first, I wanted to mention, if you've been following along with us on social media or subscribed to our YouTube channel, you've probably seen some of our other puppy training series in the past. But every puppy is different and they all learn a little bit differently. So make sure to stay tuned to watch Fox's new, are you hiding your eyes? Fox's new puppy training series, because you might learn something new. So we've got Fox here, and we're going to talk a little bit about what we do with our new puppies here in a minute. But I also wanted to mention that with her new puppy training series, we're going to be doing weekly training videos showing the entire process that we work with our puppies to get them ready for to be hunting dogs. So make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to these videos, because we're going to be doing a ton of great giveaways. We've got some new sponsors, as well as we're going to be giving away a lot of items that we recommend in training, and some of our gear as well from Standing Stone Kennels. So make sure you're following along with our video series to have an opportunity for that, as well as we always provide early access to these videos to our Patreon members. So if you're interested in joining our online dog training community so that you can get early access to these videos, as well as have some more one-on-one interaction with us to ask us questions and to work with your puppy through video exchange process, definitely check us out on Patreon, as well as we have a lot of other great perks for those Patreon members. So some of the things we like to do with our new puppies is develop behaviors that we want to see out of our adults. So you see she's nibbling on my fingers a little bit. That's kind of cute now, but puppy teeth are sharp, and I definitely don't want to encourage her nipping and biting on me. So if she's going to try and nip or bite, I'm going to help settle her down and not allow her to do that. I'm not going to just stick my fingers in her mouth either. She's not getting too crazy about it, but she's a puppy and she wants to do something. As well as we try and set our puppies up for success. So right before we started this video, she was in her crate, so I took her out for her opportunity to go to the bathroom before she gets to be out in the house, romping around and playing. So anything that you want your puppy to do as an adult, we recommend developing that behavior as a puppy. They're much more easy to handle and deal with when they're less than 10 pounds than when they're over 50. So if you don't want your puppy jumping up on you, or like I mentioned before, nibbling on your fingers, we need to work on those behaviors now instead of let them do them for the next 6 months. So anything that she's going to do that I'm not wanting her to do, I'm going to help work through with her. So the biting, I'm going to just settle her down. I'm putting my hand over her muzzle just a little bit. She's not biting me hard or anything, but I just want her to settle down a little bit. Good. Also, when you bring your puppy home, we want to continue working on socialization. So with our puppies, that includes going up and down stairs. We have hardwood floors as well as carpet, so learning how to navigate different types of flooring is important. We've been having some cold weather, so we haven't been outside too much other than for some potty breaks, but we'll continue to work on socialization by going for walks in the tall, long grass with Fox as well. A couple other things I wanted to mention is picking puppy appropriate toys. So there's a couple things that we find when we're looking for toys and treats, and we try and not pick toys with squeakers, which is very difficult, it seems like, with puppy toys. But rope toys are great, the crinkle toys are great. Just try and avoid the squeakers, as well as we also don't like playing with balls, because that really creates a mouthing and rolling habit with puppies. And anything your puppy's doing now on a regular basis, squeaking toys, rolling balls around in their mouths, they're conditioning that type of behavior, and that can lead to to hard mouth behavior or sloppy retrieving. And we are developing our puppy, Fox, and maybe your puppy is being developed to be a hunting dog with retrieving involved. So that's something that we want to keep in mind when we're picking puppy appropriate toys, as well as we don't want to use rawhide treats. So finding other objects and treats for your puppy to chew on in their crate or when they're supposed to be just calm and relaxed, like we use Pet Stage's dog wood sticks that are like real wood sticks, as well as some pork chomp things. So finding something that's a healthy option for your puppy is important. So a couple other things that we like to do with our new puppies, other than love and snuggle on them, is to get them used to being handled. So I've been playing with her paws a little bit. That's important because I'm going to get ready to trim her nails here in just a little bit. As well as when you have a new puppy, you have to go to the vet for vet appointments. So having a puppy that's used to you, hey, settle down. I know you just want to play. But having a puppy that's used to you, settle down. Gonna just help her settle down here for a minute, but have a puppy that's used to you looking in their ears. Yeah, they're clean, that's good. And looking at their teeth. So we're gonna help settle her down a little bit more. She just wants to play. Oh, you're okay. So she cried a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not hurting her. I'm using very light pressure to keep her mouth shut. But she did whimper a little bit. And that's okay for her to do. I'm not hurting her, but she needs to understand that biting me and thrashing around is not okay right now. And after she did that one little cry, not that I hurt her, she just didn't want me to mess with her anymore, she settled down a lot better for me to be able to look at her teeth. We're going to do it again. Settle down. We didn't get a cry that time. But we can also look at her teeth again. Good girl. So just because she might have vocalized, cried a little bit, if I would have given into that behavior of her crying and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, puppy, I didn't mean to hurt you, even though I know I didn't hurt her, then she's going to realize that, hey, if I don't want my face messed with, or I don't want my paw messed with, or I don't want my ears looked at, all I have to do is cry and I get out of it. Mom lets me go and I get to go do what I wanted to do. That would also be conditioning a behavior. So anything that she's doing, she's conditioning herself to. So if she cries and gets out of a situation, that means she's learning that, hey, I'll just cry the next time I want out of a situation and I'll be let up or I'll be out of that situation. And we don't want her to think that that's an okay response and that she'll get out of something. So next is to do her nails. We try and trim our puppy's nails every 1 to 2 weeks. You want to make sure that you have plenty of time to do this. So if you've watched any of our other nail trimming videos, sometimes we'll sit on the ground, sometimes we'll hold them in our laps this way. I'm going to work through this with Fox and see which way is going to work best for her. But we like to hold them on their backs, pet their tummies a little bit, get her comfortable in this position, but don't rush through this. We get a ton of questions on how do you trim your dog's nails? Or they ask us, wow, your dogs really seem to behave really well. How can I get my dog to behave well for nail trimmings? Well, it starts with a lot of consistent, hard work. You can't just trim a dog's nails once every month or once every 2 months and think that they're going to be okay with it. You have to go through this process and be patient and take your time over and over. So we are going to get her comfortable just laying on her back. I'm probably going to slide down onto the floor so I have a little bit better control over her and she doesn't fall off my lap onto the ground. So just getting her on my lap. Getting her comfortable, not fighting me. She's doing a little bit of fighting, but that's why it's important to take your time. Don't do this when you've got 5 minutes left before you have to leave for work, because if you're in a hurry and impatient, you're going to either rush and either quick your puppy's nails or get frustrated and just give up, or your puppy's going to learn, hey, I just fight really hard and mom lets me up out of this situation as well. So we need to work through this in a calm manner. Good. She's calming down a little bit. I've got her kind of sandwiched between my legs, but not a lot of pressure there. And then I've got my nail trimmer. And I'm just going to do one nail at a time. When I trim a puppy's nails, I don't know if you can see this on there, but you just scrape under the bottom side of their nail until you feel that nail trimmer catch. And then you trim the nail perpendicularly to the nail itself. That will get you really close to the quick, but not actually quick the puppy. So those two nails went really easy. Got her third nail. She pulled her paw away a little bit, but still isn't fighting too bad. Good girl. Now, a lot of these nail clippers have a nail guard on them, and people think, oh, well, that's just a measurement to where you need to trim your puppy's nail to. That is not the case, and that's a really great way to actually quick your puppy's nail, because all nails grow differently. Just like all puppies are different personalities and trained differently, all nails grow a little bit differently. And if you think, oh, I can just cut it to that length no matter how long their nails are or how short their nails are, you're going to end up quicking your puppy, or you're not going to end up taking enough nail off. And people think, oh, well, I just trim a little bit off and it seems like it does, the puppy does fine, and I never worry about, hey. So she's nibbling a little bit. I'm going to settle her down. Stop. Good. But people a lot of times will just barely take the tips of the nails off. And you do need to trim them until you're really close to that quick. Otherwise, your puppy's quicks are going to get longer and the nail is going to get longer. So we're going to just reposition her. She's getting a little squirmy. Settle down. Just take a minute. Settle her down. She's whining a little bit, fighting a little bit. I'm not going to let her up because we've got to work through this. She's much more easy to handle as a 10-pound puppy than it would be to work on this with a 50-pound puppy. So working on this when they're young and developing this behavior. She's trying to nibble at my shirt, so I'm going to stop that behavior. Stop. Once she settles down, I can let go of her muzzle. She's nibbling her paw now. I'm going to put her around this way to do her back paws. Again, I'm just putting a little bit of light pressure to hold her here. I'm not hog tying her down or anything like that. But she's much easier to handle at this weight than she would be at a 50-pound dog fighting me. So if you can put the time in now as a young puppy, you'll be much farther ahead than trying to start this with an older dog. Now, if you do have an older dog or older puppy and they really haven't had a lot of exposure to having their nails trimmed, or they really seem to hate it, you can still get there. You just have to work very diligently, be very patient, and you will probably need to do this process more often than once every 2 weeks to get your puppy more comfortable and more conditioned to this. So even if you don't trim their nails every day, getting them in this position, feeling comfortable having their paws messed with. Oh, that's sad. You seem sad. You're okay, though. So I'm going to trim. I was going to try and trim the back one because she'd settled down a little bit, but she squirmed, so we're going to just get her back in position. It's better to get her back in position than to try and quick trim that nail before she gets away, because I don't want to trim too much, and that would be a good way to do that. So you're okay. So she keeps whining and complaining that she doesn't want to do this right now, but we are going to be patient and work through it. So she is being a little bit less calm about her back legs. So we're just doing one at a time and then taking the time to settle her down in between each nail. So I didn't even get to trim that one before she started squirming around a little bit. So I'm going to just get her back in position, settle down. And then trim the next one. Like I said, you can't be in a rush when you're doing this. This is going to take a while, especially in the beginning stages. As your puppy gets used to this and you condition, this is how we get our nails trimmed and this is how we settle down, this process will go faster. We're getting there. One paw left. So that time she stayed nice and calm and settled down for me to get 3 of her nails trimmed. So we've got one more. Good. But you see how she almost got away from me that time? Even though I was done trimming her nails, I'm not going to just let her sneak away and get out of it. I'm going to go back to calming her down and we can get some love. Yeah, and being in this position and getting some attention this way is an okay thing too. Playing with her paws a little bit. Good. And once she's calm and not fighting me, I can let her up. Good girl, Fox. Good. So being patient and getting through her nails, with her not fighting me and not thrashing around, I didn't quick any of her nails, and it was pretty much painless, even though she tried to fight me a little bit for it. The next time, she may fight just as much, but I'm going to keep conditioning this calm behavior when we are trimming her nails. So we're going to settle down, stop nipping. Good. She's about ready for some playtime this evening. She said, I have had to wait patiently for my turn this evening because we also have a little baby boy who had to get some attention as well this evening. So they have to take turns. But we wanted to thank everyone for watching. Let us know if you have questions, comments. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And also check us out on Patreon as well if you want early access to these awesome videos. But we're going to be giving away a pair of nail trimmers to help you get started with proper nail care, as well as a couple of toys and treats that we recommend for your puppy. So make sure you like, share, and comment so that we can get you an awesome prize. And thank you very much for watching and meeting our new puppy, Fox.